my name is Kim Smith. No, don't. Just keep it rolling. Should I say writer or screenwriter? Or screenwriter.
Yeah, it's
writer.
like
That
writer.
Writer. Okay, so hi, my name is Kim Smith, and Hi, my name is Kim Smith, and I'm a screenwriter and actress from West Palm Beach, Florida.
So what made you decide to become a writer?
I think that everyone kind of has this moment that when they know that they could be good at something. And so my moment was in high school, 9th grade. I had an English teacher who was German, and she was the first person to ever tell me that I was a pretty good writer. And so that was kind of like the moment that I felt like, okay, maybe I have something going on here. But it wasn't until I got in college at Florida State University that I changed my major from nursing to English. And I knew at that point, because I was performing as a spoken word artist and I was writing, and I knew at that point that this was something that I was passionate about. This was something that I could do. And the way that people responded to my writing, the way they responded to things that I had to say, made me really connect with the work that I was doing. So I could say those two moments, my freshman year in college and my freshman year in high school, were the two moments that brought it together, and it made me feel like, okay, this is something I'm gonna do forever, regardless of, where life takes me.
At any point, like when you were younger, were you like really into writing, or did that just happen when you got in college?
That just happened. What really happened was, from the age of like 5, I was like, I'm gonna be a singer. I would sing in my living room, to my fish tank, and I was really wanting to be a performer. I was really wanting to be a singer. That's what I wanted to do. But then in high school, I started writing songs, and I continued to do that. So I don't really talk about songwriting or singing as much now, but...
So initially it started off as basically music.
Music.
And then it became like literature-based writing. Was your first major project that I knew of you was your book?
Yeah.
The book of poems that you had.
Correct. So,
was that your first major project?
Yes, that was my first major project. Poetry has always been my first love, and I've been performing for a really long time. Probably over 17 years. Over 18, about 20 years I've been performing. So that was my first love, and it wasn't necessarily telling stories, but it was about kind of being this observer in the world and looking at issues, problems, people, and being able to relate to those people and just give life, like tell life, and so I think that has evolved for me, and now that is a part of the film world for me as a screenwriter.
Okay, let's backtrack a little bit to your first project. How did that come about, the book that you wrote a couple years back? How old is that book, 4 years old, 5 years old?
That book is actually 7 or 8 years old.
Okay, because by the time I got a copy of it, it was already out for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
how did that project come about?
That project, previously before, I was performing with a poetry troupe, and I had so many pieces. I was performing at various spots, and at the time, a lot of people were, writing books and, coming out with poetry CDs. I felt like the collection of poems that I had they were kind of like a fine wine. Like, people requested certain pieces, they wanted to hear certain pieces that I would do over and over again, And so I just kind of felt compelled to put that book together. Previously I put like a small chat book together, but that was more so like for me. And then finally I was like, no, let me have an actual project and put a book together, because it was also my way of retiring some of the pieces as well, because I had performed them for so long. So I love that project. That project was, it was a great collection of pieces about the different women, that I had encountered, but also the woman that I was at various moments in my life. So it was the Soulful Requiem of Love, The Edge of Light, and so it was about a love journey of a woman and the different things that she goes through, told through poetry. So it was a story, but it was a poetic story.
How long did it take you to put the project together? Because I thought it was more so like a short-term goal, like I'm going to release the book, versus what it sounds like now to me is this is a collection of work that happened over years.
It did. And I wasn't writing for a collection. The collection came together after I felt like, wow, maybe I've been dealing with this same theme in my life, and there's so many poems about this woman who has evolved. Maybe I should put it together as a collection. So I would say probably 5 to 7 years prior to the book coming out, though some of those pieces had been evolving or was as old as like maybe 5 to 7 years old.
And then finally you recognize, okay, I got a good body of work here. This could be, there is a connecting theme. I don't know that necessarily, because I didn't read all the poems. I think I maybe read one or two, or maybe a little bit more than that. But I feel like for work like that, would there really need to be a connecting theme? More so like, wow, this is, because that's always been my impression of poetry, like it could just be whatever you want it to be.
Of course. I think I'm just complicated like that. So how it works is the beginning of the book, there's a poem that I wrote for the theme or thematic. I wrote for people to kind of piece together the theme. And that piece talks about the evolution of the woman. And if you go through the poems in the book, you see the change in like maybe her bitterness, and the theme is more so acceptance of who she is. So the end of the book ends with Black Diamond, which is how this Black woman is able to kind of reflect inward about who she is, and this pride that kind of exudes from her because she is a Black Diamond. She's so rare, she's so beautiful. And I think that was one of the things that in my 20s I had to go through the evolution of accepting, discovery, self-love. I had to go through so many different movements, and so that's really what it's about.